Hello and welcome back to Football Now. We are live on a YouTube channel about to preview Burnley versus Manchester United at Saturday at 8 o'clock this weekend. Joined by Connor again. How are you?
I'm doing very well, Brad. Thank you very much. I love talking about Premier League and where the value is with you, so nothing I'd rather be doing.
Brilliant. Before we get into the video, I want to remind everyone yet again of the competition we've got ongoing over here at Football Now on the road to 100 subscribers. I believe we're now at 50, so we're halfway there. Once we do hit that 100 mark, we will be giving away a football shirt of the winner's choice. We're picking the winner out the comments, so get involved, like, subscribe. Let us know your own predictions in the comment sections of each of the videos that we're doing ahead of this weekend's games. We're doing one for each. I think this is our fifth out of the 10 games, so there'll be a couple more going live after this one as well. Get involved. The more videos you comment on, the more likely you are to be pulled out as the winner. This video, like I said, will be focusing on the game at Turf Moor at 8 o'clock on Saturday night as Manchester United head to Burnley, fresh off their 4-3 defeat to Bayern Munich tonight in the Champions League, the first game of the group stage. The game finished, I think, around 20 minutes ago. United losing 4-3 to the German champions there and look to rectify, or what can you describe it as, their form so far this season, get back on the right path against Burnley. Connor, do you want to talk us through the odds, I think, which should be coming up on screen any minute now?
Yeah, I mean, Manchester United do start off favourite. Just again, nearly evens there, 10 to 13, 8 to 11, around about that.
Yeah.
I actually can't work out whether it's good value or not. I mean, I think Burnley haven't been good this season. You know, they got the first point on the board against Nottingham Forest on Monday. To be fair to them, the City ground is a hard place to go to, so they did well there. But defensively, you know, I'm just looking at them now. Defensively, you know, they've had serious issues. They conceded 12 goals this season, which is the most out of anybody in the Premier League so far. They're in the relegation zone. I mean, fair enough, they played one less game than everyone else. But, you know, they're sitting 19th. It's only Luton Town who haven't got any points yet that are beneath them. I had doubts this season about Burnley's credentials. I was a little bit worried that I think Vincent Kompany did a fantastic job in the Championship, and I think they played really, really good football. But I questioned whether he could adapt to the Premier League, because I think when you're a new team who's just coming up to the Premier League, you need to adapt the way you play, and you need to sometimes play a style of football that isn't pretty, but it is going to be effective. And I question whether Kompany could adapt to that. I think he's going to learn a lesson quickly. But, you know, despite the poor forms of the season, poor starts of the season, I think this is a game where they're going to be looking at an opportunity, which I think probably speaks more about Manchester United than it does Burnley. I mean, you know, the fact that we're seeing Burnley there in the relegation zone, and we could see Manchester United in the same picture, shows just how poor Manchester United have been. You know, they've only won 2 games this season. They were very, very lucky in the opening game of the season against Wolves. They were very lucky against Nottingham Forest as well. So it could have been even worse. They were absolutely played off the park last time out against Brighton at Old Trafford. Brighton won 3-1 at Old Trafford. They were leading 3-0 at one point, and you know, it wasn't a smash and grab. They absolutely outplayed them. Really good, sexy football it was from Brighton, you have to say. And I got to say, I actually don't think Erik ten Hag wants to be there. I think when he came in last season, you know, United fans were wanting him. They were happy. That's the man that they wanted. But, you know, as the weeks go on, I'm starting to see more Manchester United fans on Twitter turn against Ten Hag. And I think he's losing the plot, to be honest. Every time I hear him in an interview now, he's blaming this, he's blaming that. You know, he's been blaming the referee so much. He was still talking about that offside, which wasn't an offside against Arsenal. I saw earlier today that he was saying that, you know, he's never been able to play his best team once because of injuries. Listen, Manchester United have got a lot of injuries, and I'm sure you'll go into that, but everyone's got injuries, you know. Tough luck. So yeah, I think Manchester United have been so poor on and off the pitch. I actually think Burnley do get something from this game. I think they get a point. I think Manchester United, every game just seems like a struggle. You know, even when they win, it's a struggle. They beat Wolves, it was a struggle. They beat Forest, and it was a struggle. So I think Manchester United are really concerned at the moment. I think Højlund's a good player. I think if they can keep him fit and keep you know, feeding the ball to him, I think if Manchester United are going to start to put some wins together and get some points on the board, he's going to be the one, because I think he's looked good this season. We've only seen him briefly, but I think he's looked good.
Yeah, you mentioned at the start Burnley. First of all, for gone to United, they got their first point on Monday at Forest. I think that's a good point away from home. I think at the start of the season, about the context of the start of the first 3 games, isn't it? Because they've only played 4 Burnley. If you say to them at the start, you get a point away to Nottingham Forest, I think they take that, because that's not an easy place to go at all. And I've got to say, if you're Burnley, if United are one of the teams I think that they'd most want to be playing at home right now to get their first win with everything that's going on. I'm not just saying that because I'm a Liverpool fan, and as much as I like having digs at them, I think that is the case. That the toxicity off the pitch is carrying on to it. Sorry, like you said, they had a good start for the first 10, 15 minutes against Brighton, but after that they got absolutely outplayed. Everyone talks about the injuries to Man United. Look at the names that are missing for Brighton. Estepinian wasn't playing. Tarek Lamptey was playing his first minutes at left back when he's normally a right back. No, Evan Ferguson, who I think was only on the bench. Yeah, they've lost the likes of Alexis McAllister, Moises Caicedo in the summer. That wasn't a full strength Brighton team at all. They had injuries as well, and they bossed Man United. They absolutely played them off the park. As you said, it is a worrying time for United right now. There's a lot going on off the pitch with the owners. Will they sell? Are they for sale? Are they not for sale? All the stuff that's been going on with Anthony and Greenwood. I know it was a couple of weeks ago now.
Sancho as well.
Yeah, Jadon Sancho. It's not a good place. I think Ten Hag's not exactly cutting a happy figure, as you said. And Burnley, again, historically, is not the easiest. I don't think there's any easy games in the Premier League at this level. But look, would I be surprised if United go and beat Burnley? No, I wouldn't. But I definitely wouldn't be surprised if they end up getting turned over again themselves.
Yeah, I think it's a really hard game to, I think if you're looking to put a bet on this one, I think it's really hard to get value out of anywhere. I think it's pretty similar to Bournemouth versus Chelsea last week. I said, because the odds for Chelsea were fairly similar as what they have for Manchester United now. And I said last week, if it was me, I'd probably be steering clear of this game. But if you do want to take a bit of a risk and you do want to bump your acca up quite a lot, then maybe I'd lean towards Manchester United, but proceed with caution there, because we've just seen the conclusion of the game against Bayern Munich and Manchester United. Scored 3 goals, Man United, actually. I think maybe they can take something from that performance. I mean, Munich away is few tougher games in world football, is there? But yeah, it's just so up in the air. They need to get this Jadon Sancho situation resolved. I think Erik ten Hag has said that he's not going to reintegrate Jadon Sancho back into the squad until he apologises. I can't see Sancho apologising. He's training alone now. So it's not good. I think that situation, by the way, has been handled terribly by Erik ten Hag. It seems like his ego's been hurt. But yes, something has to change. If they drop points here, then it's just going to increase all the anger and anguish amongst the fans. Just going to get up there next Premier League fixtures now. They'll actually play Crystal Palace back to back. They've got them in the EFL Cup, then they've got them in the Premier League after that. I mean, the Premier League fixtures, to be fair, coming up after this game are not too bad. But what's not too bad when you're talking about Manchester United nowadays? They're just so unpredictable. You just don't know which Man United are going to turn up. What's their aim this season? If they're looking at Champions League football, they're going to need to be in a happier place off the pitch so they can play on the pitch. Because as it stands, I think Champions League football in the top 4 is quite a way off for Man United.
As of right now, I agree. And positive for Burnley is Zeko Andini. I think he got off the mark against Forest. I think that was his first goal this season. Burnley forward. So we've said this last week, and we said it tonight about a number of teams as well. You need the goal scorer. So they'll be looking for someone to put it away for them. So it's a great goal as well that he scored against Forest. Having said all of this, Connor, what is your prediction for Burnley versus Man United on Saturday?
Well, I think at Turf Moor, like you said, it's going to be a battle. It's always a tough battle there. It's a small ground. The crowd's right behind the home team. So I do think it's going to be a bit scrappy at times, but I do think Manchester United are just going to squeak 3 points. I'm going to go with 2-1 Manchester United, but it's going to be tough for them. It really is not going to be easy, and I think Burnley are going to put up a really good fight.
Okay. United fans are not going to be happy with me again, but I'm going to go 1-0 Burnley. I can see Burnley getting away with it again at Turf Moor. I think it's never a good sign when a club's been spoken about more for what's going on off the pitch than on it, and that's the case with Man United now. It's the case with Everton as well, as we just mentioned in the last video. Until you saw yourself, look at the two of the three of the best clubs in the country in the last couple of years. Man City, the obvious one, Liverpool and Arsenal last season. Look how they run off the pitch compared to United. There's no way that you can expect success.
And actually, it's a really good point you make there. Obviously I'm an Arsenal fan, and we had our own protest against our owner Kroenke out, and then there was a bit of a change of structure. Josh Kroenke, his son, really came on board and got more involved, and he went out of his way to build up a connection between himself and the fans, and you just saw that that positive change throughout the club. Starting from the owners, I have to say. And then that just trickles down throughout the club. We've got Edu as a director of football. Obviously, we brought in Mikel Arteta. So, it makes a difference. Manchester United, they just don't have that. They don't have a director of football. Richard Arnold has been under so much scrutiny with how he's handled the Mason Greenwood situation. You've got, everything off the pitch, with the sale, will it, won't it? The share price dropped and lost quite a lot of money a few weeks ago. The Glazers are quoting, 10 billion to sell the club. Just read today that Jip Ratcliffe is still interested in buying it, but you're absolutely right. They need to get off the pitch sorted first, and then they can focus on the pitch because it makes a difference.
Absolutely. There are predictions there. Before we sign off for this video and head to the next stream, I want to again remind you of the competition we've got ongoing here at Football Now on the road to 100 subscribers. We're at 50 now. We're halfway there. At 100, we will be announcing a winner from the comments of not just this video, but the other 9 that we'll be doing heading into this weekend's fixtures. So, like I said, comment, subscribe, get involved. Let us know your own predictions of not just Burnley versus Man United, but of all the games this weekend. The more you comment, the more likely you are to get pulled out as the winner and win a football shirt of your choice. Like I said, the announcement will be coming when we do reach 100 subscribers. So get involved, get behind us, let us know what you think, and we'll let you know when we're at that point, and one lucky person will be getting a football shirt of their choice. So, like I said, thank you for watching this video, this stream. We will be going live again in the next 5 or so minutes to preview the next game, which I think is one that Connor will be looking forward to, Arsenal versus Tottenham at the Emirates.
Derby.
That's it. We'll see you over there.